All right, good evening. Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me?
Yes, good evening, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. All right. Welcome to the third cohort for CareerEx product management training. All right. So my name is Oluwatoba Makinde. Sorry, I can't come on camera today. But if you like to see my image, you can check me up on LinkedIn, Oluwatoba Makinde. I'll be your tutor for today, and I'll be taking you across the training. All right, and it's gonna be an exciting one actually. Talking around a lot of things about product management, and I hope you guys sit back and enjoy this session. All right, I'm going to share my screen in a minute, but we have quite a number of people here, so I'm this kind of person. I like to know as many of my students so that we can interact much better. All right. But however, just give me a second. Let me share my screen.
What is your problem?
All right. So let me know if you can see my screen, guys.
Yes,
We can see your screen.
clear.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Before I begin, right, I want to ensure that everyone has signed up for this course. And if you haven't, I'd like you guys to go to the website and ensure that you are sign up for this particular course, product management. I know a lot of us are on this group, but I'm not sure if everyone here has signed up. And I know initially there was a typo saying the course title was project management, but that was a typo. It's product management full. So if you initially intended to do project management, sorry to say, but this is product management. All right. And I'd like everyone to mute, please, before we begin. Please mute everyone. All right. So today we'll be talking about product management. We'll go into an introduction of product management. Once again, my name is Oluwatoba Makinde. I've been in the product management space for about 5 years, and I've been privileged to build amazing products, software solutions across several industries: healthcare, advertising, e-commerce, and what other one again? Yeah, pretty much those 3 industries actually, and also some other government, softwares that are used in ministries. All right, so I would like to tell you guys this is an amazing field, amazing role, and with the way tech is going right now, you have so much of opportunities out there in the tech world as a product management. Pretty much there is no products, no software, no applications that gets to succeed in the market or achieve the outcome of a particular.
Hear you clearly.
You cannot hear me clearly. Are you just the only one or someone else? Can you guys hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
So I think that person might you might have to check your audio. Everyone can hear me. All right. So like I was saying, let's say product management is a very it's a role that gives you a lot of opportunity in the tech space. All right. And it's an intersect between tech, I mean the engineering developers, the business, and then the customer is like the middle ground of all of that. In other words, I usually call product managers the CEO of the product because your goal for that product is to ensure that the product succeed, it meet the customer needs, and also sustain the market in terms of meeting the market needs and serving your target audience. All right, so we'll go down into it, into what product management means, but this is just going to be an intro. There's several topics we're going to take, give you a breakdown on every area of product management, such that you can even, I'm going to take a session on even how you can even translate it to product management and ensure that you thrive in that role as well. All right, and of course, we'll be taking some projects and working closely with other departments, the engineers, designers, to please, can you kindly, everyone, please, let's mute our mic, please. Can we all kindly mute our mic? Mute, let's be on mute, please. Everyone, let's be on mute, please.
Yes,
I know, but I'm still
I
getting
can
some
hear
background
you.
noise. I know, I'm still getting some background noise. So everyone, I need everyone to mute, please. Please, let's mute. All right.
I would
I'm currently on
suggest if it's
presentation mode,
possible
so I
to
can't
do,
see.
can we generally mute it? Like, I believe you can do it from there because some persons might not be aware that the mic is on. You get? That's what I think.
Okay, you
If
know,
it's possible to mute it generally, then it's fine.
all right, let me see if I can do that from
Because they might not even know that their mic is on.
I agree.
product management.
You want to add something, son? You want to add something, son? No, you are two. You are going to me.
gobe muna da tutorial fa. Wai suna cikin gari akwai wanki akwai me sai a fasa tutorial din a yi shi other days kafin muna da lecture. Domin su a cikin gari. Hello? Hello?
What? Oh, you're not reducing.
Samuel, please mute your mic.
I think more than that. Oh yeah, buy ready now. Some the way saying they don't even confirm.
Can you guys kindly mute your mic, please?
All those ones. They begin man. They go. Hello. I'm very so much happy for this in this program. Nice to meet everybody. I love this program. And thanks for CareerEx.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
At what point do you guys lose me? So I think when I joined with my phone to unmute some of you guys, it logged me out from my PC. But can you guys all hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, we
Yes,
can.
we can. Yes, we can hear you.
All right.
We can
Can
Yes,
hear
you
we
guys
you.
all do me a
can
favor?
hear you.
So I'm
Yes,
about
we
to
can
start
hear
over
you.
again because of the fact that
Okay.
I went off abruptly. But I'd like you guys to mute yourself now. If I need your feedback, I would ask you guys. All right. Please, everyone, please
Okay.
mute.
Okay.
All right, everyone, please mute. All right. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen again so that everyone can see. Samuel, can you mute?
No.
Okay. All right, Samuel is mute. . . . 。 . 。 . 。 . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . 。 . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . All right. So at what point did you guys stop hearing me?
You haven't started. You're about to like spoon.
Okay. All right. Got it. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So let's all go back to being mute, please, so that I can concentrate. All right. So I was asking a question. I said, what does anyone? Is there anyone that has a prior understanding of what product management is? Anyone? And if you cannot speak, you can just drop it on the chat what you understand as what you know to be, what product management means to you, or maybe you read up something online at some point.
Okay, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Sorry, your name
My
and
name is and where and what?
your name and your answer.
Okay, my name is Solakemi. I don't have
All right.
too much knowledge about it. I read up on it a little, and I found out that it's
All right.
more like a marketing strategist, or is all about is a person that has to do with all about product. So from the inception of the product to knowing what the user needs to developing a product, and then coming coming forth with some marketing strategy to get it to the end users. Thank you.
Awesome. Wonderful. Folakemi, right?
I
All right.
can't hear
Thank you.
you
I think
again,
that,
sorry.
can you hear me? Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, you're
Yes, we
audible,
can
Yes,
hear
sir.
sir,
you,
we
sir.
can hear you.
All right, so that's a good one. Good one. Yeah, so pretty much solid on that. So you're correct, actually. Product management it's pretty much a business function that deals with, driving the direction of a product across the life cycle from inception. Inception meaning the period where you conceptualize the idea to the point where you then release the product to the market, and even to the point where you even have to retire the product. In product management terminology, we call it sunset. So you have to sunset a product or perhaps a feature or something like that. I know there are quite a number of products that Google have sunset. Yes, quite a number of products that Google have sunset. So yeah, so you're correct on that. is driving a product from the period of ideation to releasing into the market, to succeeding the growth in the market, succeeding in the market, and then to even to the point of retiring the product from the market. All right. So let's see what my slide has to say. All right. So what is product management? I wrote here that product management is a business function that guides a product through its entire life cycle. What's a life cycle? A life cycle just pretty much means the phase at which a product go through, which is what I mean when I say the initial idea stage, the conceptualizing stage, to the final release. And within that life cycle, there are several stages, several phases which the product needs to pass through before it gets to the end user. All right, and beyond. All right, it involves focusing on understanding the customer needs, like she said, what the product should do, and aligning the organization, working with various teams in design, engineering, marketing to deliver valuable products that meet those customer needs. All right. So you can see that your focus as a product manager is the customer needs. All right. What does the customer needs? What's the customer pain point? What is the problem they're experiencing? This is what determines whether you're even building the right product or not. Because you are not building for yourself, you're building for the customers. All right. So product managers have the responsibility to steer the product in the right direction. All right. In other words, in the PM word, they said you are the CEO of the product. That's what they call you, CEO of the product, meaning that the success of a product strongly relies on you as a PM. All right. So in the sense that you are defining the vision of the product, the strategy for the product, you're working closely with all of your cross-functional team, which I mentioned here, the design, engineers, marketing, sales, stakeholders, everybody, to ensure that you are getting the right feedback, the right information, data to influence the direction of your product such that it meets the customer needs and the market needs. All right. So you as a product manager, you stay on top of your customer feedback. All right. Every moment you are getting feedback from your customer to iterate your product. Iterate means to improve. All right. Further improve your product. You're top of the market trend in such that the market can move in several areas. All right. Let me give you guys some instance, right? I know, at some point, everyone's aware of BlackBerry, all right? Everyone's using BlackBerry, and all of that, But at some point, the market moved in a direction where everyone started, desiring touch screen, screen touch devices, and Android and iPhone went in that direction of that market trend, and they were able to capture the market. And because BlackBerry didn't respond to that market trend, they lost the market. Even though at some point they were the top leading mobile device in the market at that time.
How is this one?
Please, I would like you guys to mute.
This
Sorry,
one. Is it?
who is that person? Please mute.
Oh, just like this.
Oh goodness. All right, 1 second, guys. I don't like this noise.
This.
All right. Okay. All right. So like I was saying, I said because BlackBerry didn't move with the market trend, right? They lost the market. All right. So as a product manager, you stay on top of the customer feedback, the market trend, and the business goal. Why is business goal important? Because as an organization, there's something a business wants to achieve. All right. Maybe they are looking to be the biggest let me use for which example can I use? The biggest streaming platform in the world and all of that. If the business is building is to be the biggest streaming platform, you can't come and be building an editing tool for the business. You are not aligning with the business goals because the business is focusing on being a streaming platform. So you understand. So you have to ensure that whatever you're building aligns with the business goals. All right. So that's one thing again. So those are the three things you have to stay on top of: customer feedback, market trend, and business goal. And this is to ensure that you are building the right product and building the product right. All right. Okay. All right. Next slide. Yeah, you can see this what's it called now? This chart that shows you how the interaction between building the right product and building the product right. So what makes you build the right product? What helps you? How do you build the right product? You build the right product by understanding your users, doing your research, prioritizing the right features, identifying the right opportunities in the market, and doing the proper analytics in terms of analyzing the right data. And how do you then build the product right? You build the product right by setting the right process. It could be maybe you're using agile, waterfall, or any kind of methodology that you think would help you build effectively. You have the right design architecture for the software or for the product. You have the right engineering team. You have the right technology, and you are testing and ensuring that your product is meeting the standard of quality. All right. So those are the classification, all right, in terms of building the right product and building the product right. All right. So any question from before I move on, guys? So you're allowed to unmute now. And if there's no question, we go to the next slide.
Okay,
Any
sir. I
question?
have a question. Yes, please. I have a
Okay,
question,
let's
sir.
have it.
Okay, sir. Please, at what
Just
point
one,
do
actually.
we?
I'll only take one. All
Okay,
right, go on.
so at what point do we consider the customers, the consumers' needs?
At one
At what
point,
point?
do you consider?
Yes.
So even from the get-go, before inception, right? Before conceptualizing your idea, right? Your main focus is what does the customer want? Because there are cases where people build a product and they get to the market and the customer does not need it. Is anyone aware of this um this um this AI tool called Humane? Has anyone heard of Humane? It's a pin like this that you put on your chest that you can interact with the AI stuff. I think they just got bought by maybe HP or something. Yeah, I think HP bought had to acquire them. So pretty much it's a fantastic solution, but it wasn't the customers, no user needed it. There was no need for it. There was no market for it. So at some point, so literally the product failed in the market because they were not building to solve a need, a certain need. They were just building to maybe just innovate and okay, we are trying to build something out of the ordinary. But as a product manager, your work is to ensure that you are actually meeting the needs. So that way you define whether a problem is worth solving or not. So as a product manager, you have to be able to decide, you have to be able to know whether a product or a product is worth building, or rather a problem is worth solving with a particular product. Because that's what guarantees whether your product will succeed. So from the get-go, from inceptualizing that idea or coming up with the solution, you have to have at the back of your mind what is the customer needs. All right. Okay. So thank you. I hope that answered your question.
Yes, please, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes. All right. You're welcome. So next slide. Still
Sir, I have
what
a
is
question,
product
sir.
management? We will take it at the end. Please you guys
Okay,
just put
sir.
your questions on the chat. Put your questions in the chat so we can take them one after the other. All right. Thank you. All right. So as a PM, your work is to balance the product vision with what is possible. All right. So in product management, there's something we call scope product creep or scope creep, in the terms whereby you just start building a product and you feel like I like this idea, go make this. Sorry, I'm using pigeon, but you feel like, oh, this idea would be nice, this idea would be nice, this idea would be nice. So you're just building features, but you are not there's no vision for that product, all right, in terms of what is even possible. All right. Or for example, now a customer comes to me and say, I want the product, I want this, I want this, I want that, I want this. But you just have to come back and see, is this even possible? For example, now before the technology of AI came out, there were some needs. There are some specific needs that you cannot make unless the technology for AI was available. All right. Let me give an instance, right? This is out of the context of product, but I think it somehow tells the story. And has any of you watched, if you have, just say yes on the chat, please. You don't need to unmute. Have any of you watched the movie Avatar? Not the Airbender Avatar, the one that they went to, one that they were blue like this or stuff like that. Yeah. So the person that directed this movie, right? He has had the concept of the movie as way back as I think more than 20 or 30 years back, but he could not bring the idea to life because the technology to create that movie has not come into existence yet. So he had to wait until there was a technology to, the right graphics technology to produce that movie. So in a sense, there could be you might have a vision for a particular thing, and if there's no technology for it, to you, in a sense, you cannot achieve what you need to achieve because the technology is not just available. All right. And with AI being, with the rise of AI right now, a lot of things are possible right now because of AI. All right. So that's something you need to understand. You need to understand what is possible, being able to balance your product vision with what is possible. Sometimes you might know that you might really want to push something in the market, but you know that we don't have the technology for this. Let's wait until we have the right technology for it. For example, now in NVIDIA chips are one of the things that is making AI go rampant right now. The kind of chip that they have that can power AI. All right. So which is why we have this rampant AI AI solutions pretty much everywhere. All right. So yes, so as well as both technically, which is what I mentioned, and with the business goals. All right. What is the ensure you understand the business goal. All right. While product management do not have that, product managers don't have direct authority in the sense that you cannot just direct authority in the sense that you cannot say utterly just decide on the fate of a product. All right. You can influence your development team. So you're not the owner of the company. So you can't you don't have any direct authority as a product manager, but you do have a way of influencing your team in terms of how you collaborate or how you lead them as a product manager. All right. And your responsibility is to ensure that you're managing the product and ensuring its success. Okay. All right. So the goal again is to keep the product on course towards successful launch. All right. So there will be a lot of you know limitations. There will be a lot of bottlenecks, a lot of things that you experience, which even makes you a brilliant, makes you by the time you're able to overcome those challenges or those limitations, it makes you even become a better PM. All right, because you will learn from those processes, and then you keep refining your product and improving it until you have the in PM we call something the product market fit, meaning that your product is fit to the market. There's a market for that product, all right, or there's a major demand for that product. So is a product market fit, all right. So as a PM, you link the development team on one side, marketing team, sales team, customer service team on the other side. So you realize that you are literally an intercept of all of the cross-functional team. You are leading the cross-functional. So it means that you have to understand the goal. You have to be the one that is envisioning the direction of the product. So it's a whole lot of strategic involvement. All right. As much as there are tactical things you do in terms of documentation, requirements, and all of that, you are more strategic in your thinking on how the product will succeed. So you are thinking on the side of development, you're thinking on the side of marketing, you're thinking on the side of sales, you're thinking on the side of customer success, and putting every of those data in putting all those data in considering all of those data to decide or make decisions on how the product will succeed. All right, and how it aligns with the business vision. All right. So this is just a chart on how product management intersects with the business, with the customer, and with the technology. All right. Business meaning that you understand the business goal. This business I'm a part of and I'm a product management for. What is the goal for the business? What are they trying to achieve in this business? Are they trying to serve a market in terms of a streaming platform? Are they trying to be the best healthcare solution provider? Are they trying to be the biggest education platform provider and all of that? So what is the goal of the business? When you know that, you understand that you have to put whatever anything you are doing has to align with that first of all. Then the customer needs, the customer that business is serving, you have to understand that. And what is then the technology that you guys are using to build that product? You have to understand that as well. All right. Okay, so I'll take one question. First person to unmute. As regards to what I've
All
said
right.
so far. All
Okay.
right, go
Hi.
on.
Good afternoon.
Your name
First,
and your
my
question.
name is Eneyo Asuko. My name is Eneyo Asuko. Good
All
afternoon,
right.
everyone.
Question.
All right. You've been saying a lot of insightful things.
All right.
Sometimes, for example, a product manager might not be working for a brand, but personally, you might notice a demand in the market, probably through keen observation. And you just notice there's this demand in the market, and you carry out your own independent research, and you qualify that indeed there is a market out there. You have no means, you have no team, you have nothing. How do you get to pitch, sell, or build a team to create that product? So you can, supply to the market and also, at least make something out of it. That's the end goal of business. Also, aside service, you need to make money out of it. So how do you go with that? What do you do?
Okay, so like I said, okay, so you saw an opportunity in the market, right? And you want to build a solution to address that opportunity. All right.
Exactly. Yeah.
To yeah. All right. So and you don't have a team, you don't have a engineers
Nothing.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Nothing.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
So in the world right now, a lot of things have become easy, right? As much as there is no code out there whereby you can quickly build an your idea, right? Because there's one thing on seeing, thinking you have a solution for an opportunity or for a problem in the market. There's one thing to for that solution to actually solve the problem or to even serve the market. So as a product manager or someone that's trying to build a product, right, you have to also ensure that you are able to quickly validate that product. So you might not necessarily need a whole lot of guys, and you can just get people who buy into your what's it called, into the idea. All right, speak to someone who might be a who might probably be an engineer, developer, or design person and stuff like that, and get them on board and say, okay, this is an idea, this is an opportunity that I've seen. I think it's a major opportunity that we can leverage on. But you need to, so you do that. But one thing you can use to convince those guys, if you've done your market research. So we're going to get into this part where you're able to validate your idea. You remember I told you that product management is from conception to release, in terms of releasing that product in the market. So so when concepting an idea, there are several things you need to do before you even start building. You need to ensure you validate that product idea, right? So in that phase, we call it discovery phase, where you're able to show that this product is worth building first, so that you won't just waste resources and waste people's effort. All right. So those are other things you need to do and all of that. So when you're able to validate that, okay, there's a demand um for this solution, or this problem is major and is viable, profitable. All right. Um, then you are able to then go on to work with those guys, or probably just build a no code tools. And no code is pretty easy to learn. So as a product manager, there are several skills that you need to learn. We're going to take that on our phase 2 session 2 tomorrow. Skills that you need to have as a product manager, and roles and responsibilities of a product manager. All right. So we're going to go into that so that you know the kind of qualification that you need to know, that you need to have, prerequisite skills that you need to have so that you can succeed as a product manager. All right. You necessarily might not need to know how to develop, but if you have a programming skill or a coding skill, is an added advantage. But a someone that can code, the way a programmer thinks is different from the way a product manager thinks. All right, because you can see this map right now. You are not just thinking technology, you're thinking both business and customer aside technology. All right. So yeah, I hope this answers your question. Yeah. So it's possible you can do that, but there are other processes you need
Yes.
to consider.
Yeah. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
You're
Appreciate it.
welcome. All right. But in the subsequent classes, we're going to go on some aspect of product management that pretty much just amplify your understanding around most of the things that you asked. All right. I see some of your questions on the group. I would try and answer them when I'm done with my slide. So just tag me to it if you want me to quickly see it. Tag me to your questions so that I will see them quickly. All right. All right. So strategic functions and significance. Significance that are significant to product management. All right. So it's a significance to product management. All right. So product management is significant because so why is yeah. So product management is significant because it ensures that the products a company creates are valuable, viable, and visible. So these three things is valuable. It means that it provides a value to a customer in terms that a customer can make use of it, or it can help the customer achieve a particular outcome. That what makes it valuable. So if it's not valuable, bro, there is no use. That product has no use. Viable means that it is profitable. You can make money. So when the customer makes use of that value, they can exchange it for there's an exchange of money. It's so valuable to the point where they are willing to pay for it. That's what makes the product viable. There are a lot of, thank you, I can see your tags, guys. All right, there are a lot of products that, a lot of people build, but most people are not ready to pay for it. I know some of you say I had them, I've most likely used the product, and by the time they ask you to upgrade, you start wondering that, is this thing worth upgrading? Because you feel like it doesn't give you as much value as you need, or the upgrade value is not really as as important as you think, and visible in the sense that, can we build it? Is it something that can be built? All right. So which is when I talked about in terms of ensuring that you have there's a technology to build the particular solution you want to build, or the particular product you want to build. All right. So product management helps the company avoid wasting time and resources on product that does not resonate by focusing on what customer really needs and the market fit. So I keep repeating, right? Your focus as a product management, which even helps you to not to avoid wasting resources, effort, development effort, and things like that, is ensuring that you know and understand what the customer needs and what the market needs. All right. And that should be everything that you should have in the back of your mind as a product manager. All right. Product management keeps the company agile and responsive. Agile in the sense of there's a methodology which which we call agile methodology. I know majority of you are aware of it, all right? It's a majority that is adopting product management to ensure that there is this incremental release of value in a way such that you can always, if you notice, most of your app and most of your software, you always see updates, you always see content, so there's always a continuous iterations and release of value for that product. And it's very responsive in the sense that whereby if there's any feedback from a customer, you are able to quickly react to those feedback or respond to those feedback and make any possible change request that needs to be made, because you're not just bidding for yourself, you're bidding for the customer. All right. So as market changes, as customer preference shifts, the product manager helps the company to adapt. All right. So like I said, the market can change. A new technology can come up and we change the trajectory of your product. All right. If you notice, most products right now are currently adopting AI, because AI is a new technology that is taking the world at storm and is making work easier. So if you have a software and you're not incorporating AI, you will most likely at some point be left behind, and the market will shift, and you will just notice that people are not using your product again. Because why will I be wasting my time to document something when I can just input a prompt and I get my responses? I know I know what to do and all of that. Do you understand? So those are the things that companies are now adopting and adapting to the market shift in the market, or the customer preference and changes in the market. All right, that's very important as well. Looking at the market trends, what's the direction of the market? How can we adapt to it as a product manager? All right, so what are strategic functions that are significant to product management? All right, so we know we what we call is what we call the customer researching customer needs, all right, which pretty much entails gathering and analyzing data, conducting user experience research, conducting your market research, getting direct feedback from your users in a way whereby you're engaging your customers, asking open-ended questions so that you can know and understand what their pain point is, understand what they need, and so that you can ensure that you're building the right product or guiding your team to build what aligns with the customer's needs. All right. There's understanding the market and the customer. All right. So with the way market is moving, right, there are a lot of out that you need to be able to identify opportunities in the market. All right. For instance, now, what opportunity will I say now? For instance, now I know everyone is aware of money points, right? And you can see their POS pretty much everywhere. Initially back in the days, everyone needed to go to the POS, go to the what's it called, ATM to withdraw. All right, everyone needs to go to ATM. You line up at the ATM and everything. But when POS technology came on board, all right, people can easily, withdraw using their card and not necessarily need to go to an ATM. And this guy saw it as an opportunity whereby, some people can make use of the business, and people that actually need cash can quickly get cash without having to go all the way to a ATM stand. Do you understand? So this is literally finding opportunities in the market by understanding what is the needs of the customers. So if you meet someone, you be like, I stay here, and with the next bank, ATM bank is like, 2 to 3 kilometers from where you are, and someone says he has a POS and he has cash, you can quickly exchange that, withdraw and get your cash for a particular amount, and that's it. Do you understand? So you find opportunities in the market, understanding the market, and define the product market fit. All right. Product market fit literally just means that you have there's enough demand for your product in the market. All right. There's demand for your product in the market. That's when there's a market fit for you. And also you have to keep an eye for your competitors as well, because in a reason, right, whenever you have, just so you know, if you have an idea, just know that about 1,000 people already consider idea. Do you understand? A lot of people already consider idea. Have you ever had a conversation with someone and be like, I have an idea, so and the person just say, I've thought of that thing at one point, So don't ever think that one idea is unique to you. Trust me, someone else is thinking the same thing. But the beauty is that it's not who has the idea first, but who is able to execute that idea to bring a solution that's solving that market, or solving it in a way that just stands out, or with a unique experience. For instance, now quickly, before Gmail came, everyone knows about Yahoo now, and everyone was pretty much using Yahoo. But Gmail came with theirs, but they have a better experience with their user experience. Was just was just unique, was just good, was better, and everyone began to resonate and begin to gravitate towards Gmail. Before Gmail became the biggest, and again, they now started making it easy for people to log in easily to website without having to start, trying to remember your password. That was the killer game for on how they, please mute your mic, guys. That was one of the way they're able to even, gain the market quickly, because most people forget their password. So knowing that all I need to have is my email address password, I can log into any application or any website. All right. So yes. So that's now setting the product vision. What does that mean? Setting vision pretty much, understanding, like I said, understanding the market, the customer, and crafting a vision for that product. All right. In a sense that how do you see this product succeeding in the market? You have to outline what you need to do to achieve that success, and how you to stand out in the market. So that's what it means to have a product vision. As a product manager, that's one of the first thing you have, before you even start going to, before you start going into the execution part, you have to be able to conceptualize how this product will succeed in the market, across how it will be built, how you would, engage your customers, how to be built, and how to succeed. You have to conceptualize everything, have a clear roadmap. Although your roadmap can always change based on feedback, and very adaptive, but can easily adapt to feedback and all of that. But you must have that clear vision of how your product will succeed. All right, align with the business goals. Like I said, you have to understand what the business is trying to achieve as well, so that you can ensure that you are building in line with what the business wants. Prioritize features and roadmap. There's prioritizing the features in terms of which ones, balancing the customer needs, the market opportunity, business goals, and ensuring that you are prioritizing what is most important to the business or to the customer. All right. Then coordinating your cross-functional teams. Since you understand, I already mentioned that product management is like this, the middle the middle guys that interface with the rest of the business. So you most likely be interfacing with a whole lot of team: marketing, design, development, customer service, customer experience, customer support. No matter how large the product is, even finance and all of that, you might interface with all of them such that you can ensure your product succeed. And then lastly, monitoring the performance. And this is most likely when you've already launched your product. So this is where your data analytics skills needs to come in, where you are analyzing your metrics, getting your data, and ensuring that you are tracking the success of the progress of your product, ensuring that to the point where it succeeds in the market. So if you see that, if you have you've defined the right metrics or KPIs or metrics that you know that you need to hit to define that your product is succeeding at a certain phase or starting stage. If you notice that you are deviating, you're able to look at the data. For example, now you say you want to cross in the first one month of launch, you want to cross 100,000 users, and you start looking at your data, how our customer downloading our product, how they using our product, and things like that. So those are the things, those data that you look and start knowing that how you best adjust your product. For instance, now you notice that your login, people are downloading, but they are not using the major features that you have. It means that there will probably be a bug or something wrong with your solution. All right. If people are downloading, but they are not going past to using the major features of your product. So do you look at those data, analyze it, know what is wrong, and make the right changes. All right. Okay. Please keep dropping your questions on the chat. We'll take that quickly. All right. So methodologies associated with PM. All right. So in product management, there are certain methodologies that helps teams stay organized and focused, and focus and help them focus bringing a product from concept to market, ensuring it meets the customer expectation and the business goals. One of them is agile. I know a lot of you have read about agile. I hope you guys have, because in this world, right, pretty much all businesses are currently agile as it stands. All right, so this is the flexible and iterative approach where products are developed in a small, incremental way, allowing the teams to adapt quickly to changes and feedback. Second one we have is the Scrum. All right, it's a specific agile framework. So Scrum falls under agile actually. So that breaks work down into manageable sprints. Usually lasting for 2 weeks. Yeah, sprint lasts for 2 weeks with regular checks in and adjustments. So this one, there are separate courses where there are separate courses that is focused on Scrum and Agile methodology. All right. And is applicable in any organization. As if you really want to thrive in an organization right now, you need to understand this Agile and Scrum methodologies or framework. All right. And next we have the Lean. Lean focus on delivering value by minimizing waste and maximizing efficiency. All right. Often used by quickly testing and validating your ideas using MVP. All right, before fully committing to them. All right. So we like how I answered the guy's question at first, right? I said, okay, you see an opportunity and everything. Now you don't have a team, you don't have a lot of resources, you don't have anything. So one of the best things to do is to ensure that you build a minimum viable, like the smallest version of that product that can get the job done. So you might probably want to deploy a no-code tool or something that just shows that with that the customer can carry out that particular functionality. You put it up quickly and test and see how people respond, how your customer respond to it, and see whether it's solving the problem or whatever, before committing to then building a full-fledged solution. All right. And lastly, we have the waterfall. This is a more traditional linear approach where each phase of development is completed before moving to the next. It's less common in modern product management because it's still used in certain industry, right? I think most waterfall is still used in certain industry, right? For example, now most product that you need to build for clients, maybe you are a software development company, right? You might most likely sometimes you even need to combine both combine both the waterfall and the agile sometimes, right? So that's what that is all about. Sorry, I'm going to take your questions after the slide, at the end of the slide. All right. So what's the difference between product management and project management? I know someone asked this, but so let's look at it together. I know some of you are gonna ask this anyway, so which is why I had to add it as well, because a common question that actually comes up when people hear about product management and project management, because even from the beginning, from the get-go, some of you wanted to put in for project management and realize that this course is actually focused on product management. So what is the difference? All right, so for what the focus, right, for product management, your focus is to understand the what and the why of the product, understand the vision, the strategy, and the goals for that product. As a project manager, your focus is how we're going to get this done and when. So you are looking at timeline, looking at the scope, how big is this project, and of course budget, delivery, how much will it cost us to deliver this project, how can we deliver it on time and stuff like that. So your focus around budget, timeline, scope, and everything. That's your work as a project manager. But as a product manager, you are ensuring you understand what are we building, why are we building it, and drafting a vision and strategy behind it. Responsibilities: you are as a product manager, you are identifying the customer needs, defining features, setting your roadmap, prioritizing your features, and all of that. As a project manager, your work is mostly just coordinating tasks. All right, managing resources, scheduling schedules in cases where we need to interface with stakeholders, interface with customers, track our progress. What are the metrics that we've set. Project management manager can help us track the progress, and scope, ongoing and spanning the entire product lifecycle. For project manager, it can end at some point when the project is complete. All right, but as a product manager, you might probably still be going, still there's pretty much no end unless there's no longer any market for your products. All right, what are the key skills for product management? You have to have knowledge in market research, customer empathy, strategic thinking, prioritization, stakeholder communication. Project manager, you have to understand scheduling, budgeting, resource management, risk management, tax coordination, and all of that. So both parties work together at some point. Most cases, right, depending on the kind of project or the kind of company. I've been in cases where I had to work closely with project manager to ensure that what we are building, meeting the timeline for what we are building, and also we're building under budget, because there were times where we needed some we have to integrate with some other third party, acquire some third party softwares and everything like that, and those things cost. So we have to ensure that we are only getting it for a period of time to ensure that we are not spending beyond the budget and all of that. And that's the work of the product manager. We just put up, say, please, whatever you are doing, we're only spending this amount for this, we're only doing this thing amount of that, please, nothing should go beyond this. We say yes. All right. And the end goal is for a product manager is to deliver a valuable product that meets the market and the customer needs. But the project manager, your own is to complete the project that brings the product to life and on time and with scope. Right. Your own focus is this project. Did we get to were able to accomplish it? Yes. Was it on time? Yes. Was it within the scope of what we drafted? Yes. Project management work has finished. All right. I hope this answered the person that was asking that question. So, right. So this slide gives you a more broader view from in terms of product management, product owner. I know most of you have heard of product owner, but I won't explain all of these anyway because there's not really much time. But because I think I still have to answer some of your questions. But this slide will be available to you guys at the end of this training. And I'll further ask you guys some questions moving forward. You can always ask your questions in the chat, and I'll be readily available to answer. So this slide shows you product management, product owner, product program manager, project manager, product marketing, business analyst, and user experience. All right, so you can business analyst. So you can literally what I'm showing right now. These are the difference, right? All of them have their focus. Product manager is focusing on market fit and features, the what and the why. The product owner is focusing on the future. All right, he's not thinking about the vision, the goal of the market. His own is to ensure that a particular feature that the product manager have defined comes to life. And so it means that he's working closely with the engineers and all of that to ensure that the future is built right. So in a sense, the product owner is sub under the product manager, in a sense. For program manager, your focus is program efficiency. So it's a program you're trying to manage. Project, what we talked about, project delivery. Product marketing, your own focus is messaging and launch. So you are thinking of how are we going to get this product to the customers. All right, that's the how. How we're going to get this product to the customers. How the customer are going to see and engage our product. So business analyst, your own is around the business rules, rule of engagement in terms of business. All right. There are some what's it called now? There are some skills, responsibility that overlap anyway, actually in terms of product manager and business analyst. There's some skills that overlap, but business analyst is totally different from this thing. Business analyst just analyze the business. And most times I work in a company where the business analyst analyze the business in terms of the what the business is trying to achieve. All right, they create the business plan, the all of that, the business requirement for that product or for that particular project. And I got that as a product manager, and I developed something we call the product requirement document. Can you guys mute, please? So I had to develop what was called a PRD, product requirement document. All right. So like I said, there are some similarities between the two as well.
Maybe we'll learn it.
Elizabeth or Favor. All right. Please let's ensure we are muted, guys. All right, and there's the user experience, which your work is to ensure that you are building you're understanding the workflow, the experience, the user journey, and all of that to ensure that you are providing the right experience for the user. So key activities, I already mentioned that. For product manager, your work is market research, like I mentioned. Product owner, requirement definition. So we are defining the requirements for that feature. Program manager, you are working closely with a lot of teams to ensure that the program succeeds. Project, yours is coordination and reporting. So after the delivery of the product, you draft the report and all of that. Product marketing is all about outbound communication. How you are marketing your product. So you have a go-to-market plan and all of that, which is what is written underneath. And business analyst, there is where you collect internal requirements for a particular business goal. And the user experience is where you understand the workflow, design, the user research, and all of that. So user experience, you are looking to understand the personas, what are the kind of users, how do they engage the product, and things like that. And planning, for product manager, we create product roadmap. For product owners, they create a product backlog. For program manager, they initiate a roadmap as well for their this stage. Project manager use a Gantt chart. Product marketing use a drafted product market plan. There's no planning for business analysts here, indicated here. For the user experience, we have the style guide and user personas. I mentioned that earlier. 1 second. All right. So yes. So that's pretty much the differences. All right. All right. So that's the end of this slide. All right. So now let me take your questions one after the other and stop sharing my screen.
Okay, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Am I audible,
Wait.
sir?
I'm going to ask you guys a question to am I still sharing my screen?
Yes, you are. Please, am I audible, sir?
Yeah, 1 second. I'm going to answer your questions now. But first of all, before let me take the ones that were dropped in chat, and if there's time, we can then take the ones that all right. So in the question section, so hope your questions are in the question section, guys, so that I can quickly see them. All right. Someone asks, for someone with project management skills, learning product management, will it be easy for me? Yes. I think there's anything you commit your mind to, you can achieve. But let me first start with that. But as you see, it's a pretty much different ball game. All right, but if you can successfully learn project management, trust me, you can learn product management as well. Like I said, there are some skill sets in terms of communication with stakeholders. Both projects and products do the same thing. Working with cross-functional team, we do that. So if you have those skills, it's easy for you to even transit to product management if you're looking to go through that part. All right. I hope that answered your question, goodness. All right. Palumi is asking, how do product managers balance customer needs, business goals, especially when they have conflicts? Customer needs with business goals. All right. So in the case of customer needs with business goals, business goals take priority. Are you hearing that? Because you are actually building for the business. So if a customer comes, let's say that you are building like I said, you're building a streaming platform, and the customer comes and saying that he wants to be able to edit, he wants to be able to edit, do serious editing, like that kind of editing that you do on CapCut on his videos before uploading. It's not aligning with the business goals. Video editing tool is different from a streaming platform. So no matter how serious that need is, it doesn't align with the business goal. So you cannot take that lead or work on that. Does that make sense? Palumi.
Yeah.
All right. Which other person? John. John says. John says, please, can we get the slide? Of course, you can get the slide. Also, can we get a roadmap for this course? I'm going to share that as well. Most likely tomorrow, actually, for the both. I'll share both tomorrow. All right. Someone is asking, what is the difference between business analyst and product manager? I already answered that. Using Temu as Jumia as a case study. So can you mute? Who is that person, please?
Yeah, I'm the one, sir. Good day, sir.
Just mute. When I'm ready, I would call your
Okay,
attention.
no, I'm not.
So
I'm
what's your
not the
name
one
again?
unmuted.
Okay, who is the other
Coyote,
person
I'm
muted,
Coyote.
please? Okay, Kaide. Okay, Kaide, I will call you um when I'm done answering the question on the group. All right. So okay, Coyote, you're the one asking the using Temu and Jimmy as a case study, right?
Sure.
Is that you?
I'm the one, sir.
Okay. That's more of a serious stuff. You might that might take a lot of research. Start giving instance, but on the top of my mind, I don't think you want to use Jumi and Temu as a case study for difference between business analyst and product manager, because those are businesses, not roles. Do you understand? Do you get it?
Yeah, I get you, sir. I get you, sir.
All right,
What
unless
I'm trying
your
to
question is different.
Okay, what I'm trying to ask is that because looking at my field, because I'm actually a digital marketer and I'm trying
Okay.
to transition into product management, and I see that um, the the business type, the strategy Temu is using is quite it's actually working, and most of the customers for Temu, Jumia are moving into Temu now. And I want to ask, how is it like the work of the product manager to do that, or try to like analyze the market so that it can come on, and they can try to break into the market back, looking at the imbalance in the market with Temu and Jumia now. So I'm trying to see how probably it will be the work of the product manager to like analyze the product and see how it can work, or that of the business analyst to do that.
All right. So good question. All right. So like I said, as a product manager, right, you are interfacing with several roles. So you most likely will get to a point where you need to work closely with the marketing lead to better find how you can best position or make the product succeed in the market. Um, succeed in the market, right? Or yes. So there are cases where you need to. So I won't say that the success of Temu is strongly lies on the product manager, but in a sense, product manager will start be able to work with the, let's say, the business analyst to analyze, the businesses, both businesses, to be able to understand what is the differences and how can they stand out. All right. So, like I said, it's if especially if you're in a very big company, right, you won't likely have to do everything as a product manager, but you will need to interface with all of these parties to get the data to help you define your decision. Did you get that?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I
Yes.
understand, sir.
So yes. All right. Good. How do you mark attendance? She's asking. Attendance is, I think attendance is that have signed up. So go to the web to the platform where you guys sign up, and ensure that you mark your attendance. I believe they've already taken you guys through how that process work, because I don't know. I'm not privy to that. I Prince Abraham, your question: what's the difference between product management and product design? It's pretty different. One is management, the other one is design. The management is, I already talked about product management. Design is just pretty much designing the solution. All right, and the product manager also collaborates with the product designer, ensure that you are having the right user experience and the right interface for that product. All right, ensure that it aligns to the needs of the customer. So yeah. Deepak says, during this training, do we get to work on a project to have? And yes, you get to do that. And what time frame for classes so that we can plan ahead? So I'm going to share um, the 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 calendar for the schedule for all the classes tomorrow, guys. Expect it tomorrow. I'm going to share tomorrow. So you see how that would look like. But we'll be having another class tomorrow by 3 as well. That's when I'm going to share that. All right. So I think that's all of our question. If I didn't answer any of the question, please tag me again so that I can see it. All right. All right. Amarachi, I believe I've answered your question. Uh, please go to your log in into the website or into the platform and mark your attendance. I think they've already made the class available for everyone.
It's not going through, sir.
It's not going through. All right. So what you do right now is you're going to tag Pere. All right. Any complaints as regarding the platform, please tag Pere. All right. She's going to get us started for you guys. All right. You have a
Hello.
question. Who is that? Your name and your
Hello, sir.
question.
Okay, my name
Yeah.
is Asomta Imejuru. I appreciate your
Okay.
time and everything you've taken to explain all the topics and okay, sir, please. What I'm trying to ask now is this: product management, does it include managing brands or
Paula,
just
can you mute,
products that
please?
we are
All right.
addressing?
Sorry, go on. Ask that question again. So who is this person that is from me? Sorry.
Okay. Okay, I say thank you so much for taking your time to explain the whole topics that we treated today. I
Okay.
appreciate. So I have a question. That question is this: product management, does it include managing brands or just products that we
No,
are
the
to
brand
manage?
manager is different. Managing a brand is pretty different. It's a different ballgame entirely.
Okay, then with this, because there was a question Kayode asked, abusing
Okay.
Temu and
Timo and
Jumia.
Jumia.
Yes. So
Hmm.
where does that come in?
In terms of his question was what's the difference between business analyst and product manager, right? Not the difference on how both how the product were able to how Temu was able to um outplay or outperform Jumia in the market. I think the strong point for Temu is literally their positioning in the market. All right. So you have to understand also your product as not your as a product manager, right? Your work doesn't just stop in bringing a product to the market. Your work is also how the product will succeed in market. So you have to understand how your customers engaging or finding your products in the market. So this is where you then work closely with the marketing team or the brand team, brand marketing or brand lead and all of that. But the brand guys and all of those marketing team, they won't be able to properly craft a marketing plan for a product that they don't understand the vision for that product. So which is why they need to work closely with you as a product manager, because that's where you define. There's something we call release notes or feature note, whatever it could be. So you're able to check. They're able to use those release notes to know how to better, refine their messaging for and better position the product in the market to succeed. So you can see that Temu in a way is very of course Temu is a very larger brand, is bigger than Jumia, and they are investing a lot in marketing currently. So that's another thing, right? A product that a two product can be good, can be good, but if one product has more is able to invest more in a particular thing, or maybe in marketing and stuff like that. So more people get to see Temu, more people get to download Temu. Those are other things that you consider, right? So money too is a factor anyway, shall now a product succeed in the market, right? So just put that at the back of your mind because it influences how much stage you can do. All right, but that doesn't rule out other things anyway. Let's say Temu is putting out a lot of product and a lot of marketing and the product is trash. People will be coming to the platform, but they'll be leaving. So they'll be having more adoption, but their churn rate is going to be big. Churn rate in product means the rate at which people are leaving the app. So your churn rate will increase. I mean, the rate that people will leave your app will be more if your product is trash, if your product is not good. So as much as you are investing in marketing, you have to ensure that your product is excellent and is solving the customer needs. All right. I hope that answers your question, Azumto.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So in this case, the use of Temu is just for illustration sake, but not really in the sense that it's a product.
They are both products. Temu and Jumia are both products actually. They are e-commerce marketplace. They are marketplace. Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they are brands. Okay.
They are brands as well. Yes. So that's the thing. They are also brands, but they
Okay.
have a product. So for example now the marketing team will be focused on the brand aspect of Temu. So their
Please, sir.
major work is to sorry, can you mute please? When I'm done, you can speak.
Okay, sir. Please,
Ali Muhammad.
I have the questions, sir.
All right, I get it. 1 second, please. Let me
Okay.
be
Okay.
done.
Okay. If I try to make my attendance so it couldn't be often assign my attendance, is there any issues that I have been having?
So are you not able to mark? Is anyone be able to mark the attendance?
It's everywhere. It's the same thing. It's the same thing for
No one has
everybody.
been able to do it, Abby.
Okay,
All right,
No.
don't worry.
okay, okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
I
Thank you
think
so
it's a
much.
general issue. Don't worry. It will be solved. It will be resolved. Don't worry. All right. I have. Okay. All right. Thank you, Alimor. So, answering your question again. So, for the branding of Temu, right, is the brand team will most likely be focusing on that. All right, and not they're most likely will be focusing on the product. All right. So that's an aspect. That's a different aspect from a brand marketing person or brand market or brand what's the name you used again. So their focus is different than so they are both brands and they are both products. All right. So the
Okay.
brands have yes, the brands have products.
Okay, sir. Thank you so
So,
much.
so in addition to what I was trying to say, before I lost my train of thought. For example, now the brand and marketing guys or brand and communication guys for Temu, focus their goal would most likely be in terms of what's the word now? Uh, oh boy. In terms of brand identity of what's it called? The brand identity or how people the brand image of Temu and all of that, how people communicate with Temu on social media or across all marketing channels. So that's the focus for the brand guys. They are not concerned about the functionality or how Temu website or how the website perform. All right, that's most likely the role of that most likely coming from a product manager standpoint. But they all need to work together to ensure that the product succeed because a lot of data, a lot of information on how to position the product will come from the product manager that the brand or marketing team would use. All right. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're
Please,
welcome.
I have a question. Please, can I
Is
show?
that Comfort?
Yes,
All right.
Comfort.
I'll
Yes.
be taking your question as the last one. All right. Go on, Comfort.
All right. Sorry, I'll try to be as articulate as possible. So this is it. I want to transition in career into product management. So the question
Okay.
is, what qualification do I have to be able to
All right.
move into that space, or is it just
That's good.
experience or
All right.
skills?
So we are going to talk about that on tomorrow actually. That'll be the next. So qualifications and understanding, qualifications and the rules for getting to. I even take you on how to translate it to product management actually. So we'll be addressing that tomorrow.
Please, I have a question too.
Hey, that was supposed to be the last question.
It is just this one.
All right.
Okay, so I wasn't here at the beginning of the class. I was trying to log in. So I want to understand the projects that product managers work on. Who typically initiates them or originates the product?
Well, that's the role of the product, not project actually. The product that the product manager focuses on is initiated by the product manager. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and these products, are they just tech products like applications or are they could they be other things?
In most cases, when we talk about product management, it's most likely in the tech phase,
Okay.
right? But in generally, it could be on any product actually.
Okay.
It could be a
That's my
textile
question.
product. It could be literally anything. That the same is applicable. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So I would like you guys to how will I call it? So just feedback, drop your feedback on what you learned and anything on the chat. If you think this session has been great and you're looking forward to the next one tomorrow, I'd like you get some balls on that such that we can know if we are doing a good job and also see areas where we need to improve on. All right. So thank you very much, guys. You can drop your questions if you have any other questions, but I will see if I can attend to them tomorrow. All right. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, of your evening. All right. Cheers. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Have a lovely evening, sir.
All right.
Bye.
All good.
You bye.